චණ්ඩි පැන්ඩා සමට සූදු බවට ඇමරිකාවෙන් සහතිකලත් එකම විෂබීජනාශක සබන්.
Leader of UNP Ranil Wickremesinghe arrived at the Presidential Secretariat this morning, following which President Maithripala Sirisena arrived. After their arrival, Ranil Wickremesinghe was sworn in as the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka before President Maithripala Sirisena.
Sri Lanka ජනරජයට පක්ෂපාත වන බවටද මගේ උපරිම ශක්ති ප්‍රමාණයෙන් ශ්‍රී ලංකා ප්‍රජාතාන්ත්‍රික සමාජවාදී ජනරජයේ ආණ්ඩුක්‍රම ව්‍යවස්ථාව ආරක්ෂා කොට අනුගමනය කරන බවට ගෞරව බුහුමානයේ යුක්තව ප්‍රකාශ කොට ප්‍රතිඥා දෙමි.
Today's swearing-in marked Wickremesinghe's fifth occasion of taking oath as the Prime Minister, making him the Premier to have held the office the most number of times. In the turn of events leading up to the current political situation on the 26th of October, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa took oath as Sri Lanka's Prime Minister before President Maithripala Sirisena, catching almost all by surprise. The development came following the decision taken by the United People's Freedom Alliance to withdraw from the national government during a Central Committee meeting. Following the appointment of the new Prime Minister and the Cabinet, the President issued a Gazette notification dissolving the Parliament on the 9th of November. The decision, however, was challenged at the Supreme Court, with 13 fundamental rights petitions being filed against the President's move. Delivering its verdict, the Supreme Court unanimously ruled that the President's dissolution of Parliament was not consistent with the Constitution. There was another petition filed against former President Mahinda Rajapaksa holding the office of Prime Minister as well as his cabinet at the Court of Appeal. The court delivered an interim order temporarily suspending Premier Rajapaksa and his cabinet from functioning. On the 14th of this month, a day after the historic ruling on the dissolution of Parliament, a three-member judge bench of the Supreme Court gave a ruling against lifting the interim order which suspended Mahinda Rajapaksa and his cabinet from functioning. In such a backdrop, following 50 days in office, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa stepped down from the premiership yesterday. Supporters of the United National Party were seen gathered in front of the Presidential Secretariat, where they expressed their happiness over the reappointment of Ranil Wickremesinghe as Prime Minister. A special function was organised at the Temple Trees to welcome Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe after he was sworn in.
I will now assume duties of the Premiership. I will appoint the Cabinet of Ministers. The development we began came to an unfortunate standstill in these few weeks. This country started moving backwards. We should firstly bring the country back to normalcy and then begin the development from where it stopped. I would like to say that I will give our people a better standard of living both economically and socially. We are proud of the Parliament and the judiciary as they performed their duties lawfully. I thank everyone who stood up for democracy via social media platforms, and we will move forward.
In the meantime, Saman Ekanayake was appointed as the Secretary to the Prime Minister today. The appointment was made by President Maithripala Sirisena with immediate effect.